We'll actually click on more businesses here. So like I said, the website's been up for about 2 weeks, and I'm already ranking decently high on the Google My Business or the Google Map Pack. You can see I don't have any reviews tied to this thing. This is just from posting photos and making sure I have all my information correct and getting a few citations. But the more and more citations I get, and once I pump some reviews into this thing, I mean, it should shoot up significantly. But that's the gist of the Google My Business profile and the Google Map Pack. We've talked about ranking organically, so that's going to be done through having good content, making sure you have the right keywords, as well as having a good backlink profile. You can see we're well on our way with this website to having that good backlink profile that I was describing. And that, like I said, it takes 2 to 3 months because Google has to recognize all of those backlinks and figure out that you are the authoritative website before they start pushing you up the list, because they don't just want a brand new website to come in and be able to take the #1 position away from business owners that have been in the area for a while. But if you do your hard work, your homework, and you start putting in the time and effort to that website and optimizing the way that Google wants to see it done, they're going to send you to the top because they're going to know it's like, hey, this business is legit. They need to be getting the traffic and doing all the work. That being said, we've got everything built out, everything's optimized, and now we got to know how we're able to track our results on the website and not have contractors. In some cases, they'll try to lie to you so they don't have to pay you any money, especially if you're on like a percentage of job fee for the month. Say I'm charging them 10%, well, they're maybe going to tell you they didn't close as many deals as what they really did. So that number that you saw on the website, it's a 786 number. That's local to Miami. And I obtained this number by getting what's called a CallSling number. You go in, I figure out what Miami's area code is. I go into this account that I have, go find me a number with that area code, pick it up, and I get it linked to that website. So once I get this thing linked to the website, I can come in here, I can edit it, and if you went into the edit mode, you would see that my phone number is currently the one linked to this phone number for the Miami area code phone number that's there on the website. Whenever I get a solid contractor and he signed up for me monthly to be sending those leads, I go ahead and plug his phone number in there. Right now, the contractor that I'm working with, I'm just fielding all the calls. I collect the info from the customer, tell them, hey, my contractor will get back with you soon, and then shoot them the info. Follows up with the customer, goes and puts a bid in, hopefully closes the work, because that's what's going to get them on the hook. That's why I give away those 10 free leads at the beginning, just so they can close a deal or two with their customers and be able to say, hey, this has good value. I want to sign up monthly. Let's get rocking and rolling on it. And this right here on CallSling, this keeps my contractors honest because I can go in and I can listen to all the conversations that they have through this phone number with those clients. And I can even get the client's phone number where if I think a contractor's lying to me about closing a deal and I've got him, say, on a 10% monthly fee, and he's trying to get out of paying me any money, I can call the client and say, hey, did you close the deal with XYZ contractor? Like, how much are they going to be doing it for? And if you position yourself as a representative of the company, they're able to, say, okay, well, this is what we did. This is what I asked them to do. We did close the deal, and I can go back to my contractor and say, hey, listen, either you pay me the money or I'm cutting you off. They say that they want to be cut off. Whack them off. You go find you another contractor that wants to work with you and actually wants to pay you. And most of the time, that original contractor is going to come begging back for the work. Especially if you're able to provide the value to them, they're going to want that work back because it doesn't make any good business sense for them to say be making an extra $20,000 a month and then just cut it out because they can. That's a needle mover, for a lot of contractors and a lot of companies, especially small business owners. But that being said, so that's CallSling. That's how all that works. The next thing I want to jump into is going to be the pricing breakdown on one of these website build-outs. So I can typically get 2 of these done a week by myself. Eventually, I hope to have a team under me where we can pump out, 5 a week or so. But the breakdown goes as follows. So I have my domain fee, which is always through GoDaddy. That's who I always buy my URLs from. They have the best price, and that typically runs about $15. Web host fee, $16 through Weebly. That gives me the good footer at the bottom of the page that has all my links to privacy policy, terms of use, and also has that Google map showing location on it. Next thing is $15 a month CallSling number, just to get that set up. That way I can track how my contractors are doing, handling their phone calls and handling their leads. GMB address is the next. That's typically going to run anywhere 50 and below. I went ahead and put 50 because that's going to be top end for Airbnb, as well as any post office box that I could rent. Most areas you can always find something cheaper than $50 on Airbnb. It's just a matter of being able to get an owner to say, hey, just go ahead and Venmo me the money, or send me the money some way, book a night, whatever they want to do, and they'll, do the address verification. The only thing I ever even contemplate about outsourcing is going to be citations. And the reason for that is because it's just not a good value of time for as long as it takes to do the amount of citations that are needed to just completely blow your competition out of the water. It just doesn't make sense to spend all the time to do that because it takes hours to get 200 citations. And you can outsource it to a company for $90. I mean, that's well worth the time of outsourcing. Content, I do that myself, and the only reason being you can hire text brokers to write content, but 9 times out of 10 it comes back and it's nothing more than what needs to be thrown in the trash. I mean, it's crazy people get paid money and don't do a good job. But if you can find, hopefully in the future, if I can find a trusted author that I can say, hey, I need this written and they do a good job, then I'll definitely move in that direction, because that's a lot of time spent too writing content, but I know it's always right. And it's just such a major factor in ranking a website that it doesn't make sense to take a chance on it. Same thing with backlinking. I do that myself because there's just so much on the line with getting good backlinks and keeping that 1-to-1 ratio that a lot of companies advertise being able to take care of backlinking for you, but they don't know what I found. They don't know quite as much about backlinking as what I do and how important it is to keep that ratio and how to go about getting those high-quality links. A lot of times they specialize in getting spammy links, and whenever you get a bunch of spam going to your website, it's going to push you down the list. That brings the total website bill to approximately $186. I would say worst case scenarios, we could plan on $200 a website, depending on, say, maybe the Airbnb for the area isn't going to be as cheap, or maybe the domain fee ends up being a little bit more expensive. I mean, there's a couple different variables, or say I need to go get more citations than what $90 will get me. But that $90 gets $120, and I can usually get the other 80 or so myself. That doesn't take too terribly long, but just splitting that in half saves a lot of time. That's the pricing breakdown. That's the video. That's everything I do, from start to finish, from research all the way to selling it to a contractor, as well as how much it costs me to get there. Come to an agreement on this as far as what kind of return you expect to see on any money that you might invest. I would like to see it done, by a website. Say, hey, Zach, I want to do 5 websites. Well, we'll get those 5 knocked out. As soon as they start making money, you're going to be making a good return on your investment. That being said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.